How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Piggy Bank podcast, your favorite casual gaming podcast with your casual gaming buds. My name is Phil. I am your host for this lovely little show here with my lovely little boys. I've got Connor, Elliott.
If you didn't notice, I was trying to do the usual intro for the Two Penny Games cast, but I actually faltered at a certain point. I forgot what was going to be said because I didn't have the guidance of Tavin and instead had the chaos of Phil, who has not the same entrance every single time we do this show. I'll get you one day.
I got to keep you guessing.
You do.
We also have Tavin Bothel.
We're recording a podcast at night.
At night?
At night.
I wonder why. It's because some people here take too long of shits at work and they get homely.
Okay, Connor, I sent you the picture of my shit 5 hours ago.
Yep.
That's right. You spent all 5 hours just wiping your ass. Fucking
dude.
Are you even working over there? I mean, come on.
I'll wipe and 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 I'll wipe. Still poop, like a brown marker.
And get some dude wipes.
That's a outtake from Parks and Recreation. It's a Chris Pratt line right there.
I'm gonna have to start carrying with me to work. This is also the second podcast in a row that we're just talking about shitting. I'm gonna have to start taking wet wipes to work for the purpose of wiping my butt at work. Because let me tell you what, nothing is worse once you go wet wipes going back to dry paper, toilet paper. The worst thing in the world. It feels like just like rough on your anus and.
I have not bought new ones since I've run out like 2 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, and you just feel like you're fucking like rubbing two pieces of sandpaper together.
You just feel dirty.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And like last time when I brought this up about shitting last week as a one-off, and it turned into the whole fucking thing. It did it again this week. Yeah. The world works in very fun, mysterious ways.
Connor, you get what you pay for, and you got to lay in the bed that you made, right?
Fair enough.
So like the trick is you take regular toilet paper, you wipe first with that, and then you take that, and then you go, and then you finish it off with another regular piece of toilet paper. It's like a sandwich, you know?
Phil, I gave you the out. I gave us the out.
I was like, all right, we're done. We're going to wrap up.
It's like you're making a poop paper lasagna in the toilet, right?
This is how Phil wins.
I just use 6 wet wipes and then I'm done.
Use 6 wet wipes?
That's strange. Have you not read the package? 1 per toilet flush.
That is so many.
So many.
Tavin, that's so many.
Shame.
Maybe not 6.
Shame.
Maybe like
shame.
That's still way too many.
I got to wipe.
You're going to fuck up your building's plumbing, dude.
I got to wipe, you know? It's fine. My toilet's not strong enough. Most of it doesn't go down the first flush anyway. I usually got to flush twice anyway.
Tavin, you're wasting good money.
Maybe.
You are.
You just buy the 6-pack of it and then you just use them, you know?
Yeah, but you're not supposed to exclusively use wet wipes. It's an extension.
You get the flushable wet wipes and you're fine.
They're all flushable. Well, no, that's not true.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fuck.
What is this show, Phil?
Here. I've already introduced the show. Shut up. This is our casual gaming podcast where we come together and we play our little mini games. We talk about our week in gaming. We talk about what we want to play, what we have played, and kind of shoot the shit. Talk about video games. We like video games.
Video games.
Yeah. Of course, I am gonna have Connor start us off this week.
Of course, as was preordained.
With what do you got for us? What's your mini game, my friend?
Well, I got a classic mini game here for you guys, a tried and true method, and that is Metascore. I don't know what the actual name of the thing is, so it's basically where I take 2 Metacritic scores and I compare them on which has the higher score, and then these losers have to find out from their own thoughts and mind which one has the higher score.
We're the only ones here. What losers?
You lose. Well, I can include myself in that grouping, but I'm talking about you guys specifically for this game. So
why do you say losers? We're not losers.
Why are you taking this so seriously, Phil?
I'm just responding to what you said.
Yeah, and just like the poop thing, we just can't move on. It's just
I'm just responding what he said. I was mentioned. Do I get a rebuttal? I was mentioned. I feel like I was mentioned in this.
This is not a political podcast. This is not a political podcast. No, you do not get a rebuttal. You just have to. And when you do your mini game, you can insult me, and I'll sit there and I'll do a chuckle. I'll do a smile. I'll shake my head, but I won't talk. How's that? Is that fair in the future? No rebuttals.
Yeah, we would love to have no one talking on a podcast, huh?
Yeah, no one talking about stupid shit like this. All right,
like
get your fucking head in the game. You ever watch Dodgeball? The movie Dodgeball.
Duck, dip, dive, and dodge?
Yes, yeah. You know what? They don't say, dodge and talk. They play dodgeball. They just do the thing that they're there to do. Whether it's a podcast, the same thing applies. You're there to do the podcast.
You know what, Connor? You're right. Yeah, I have to get my head in the game. We got to get your head in the game.
That reference went over my head.
I have 63 vault dwellers in my vault in Fallout Shelter.
But they're going to stay dead.
Did someone ask?
I just thought I'd throw that in there while we're at it. Connor, what are we doing? MetaBattle.
Yeah. So I told you what's going on. MetaBattle. That's what we call it, or you call it rather. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the first two games, and if you guys are gonna know it, then you'll win. So the first one, you are undefeated. Tavin, come on, nut up or shut up. Person that's not talking.
Listen, it's not my fault that the general public has bad opinions.
This isn't the general public. These are the critics, Tavin. Metacritic. Not meta, put your own score in. But it's kind of funky in this first entry, which is the original 1993 Doom, but specifically the one for Xbox 360 that was released back in 2006 on its arcade mode, I believe. That might influence the score when comparing it to the 1996 Quake, the classic arena shooter. Yeah, it's an arena shooter.
I'm gonna go Quake.
I was also leaning Quake, but for the sake of being different, I'm gonna say Doom.
Well, Phil, you shouldn't have been because it is Quake. And with a 94,
early lead, boys.
Early lead. Let's see if you keep it. And honestly, this is more substantial than I thought it'd be. I know people like Quake, which is why it has the 94 critic rating, user score 8.7, but that's compared to the Doom's 82 and 8.6 open the user score. So
what was the Quake Metascore?
The Metascore was 94.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the user score was close, not the Metascore. Will that keep up? You'll find out with this next one. Serious Sam, the first encounter. You guys know Serious Sam, right?
I've never played those games in my life.
Well, maybe that'll give you an edge because maybe you won't have the bias.
The only thing I know is there is the thing where like if you pirated the game, it would there would be an unkillable enemy that would just follow you around.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
I'm too
bad we can't
here.
You know what? There was a theme to begin with, and then it devolved into another theme, and then I just abandoned it entirely at the end. So, Serious Sam, first encounter, compared to another weird one, an Xbox 360 version of the original Duke Nukem 3D.
I have balls of steel.
I have balls of steel. And both these guys, if you're looking at the covers I'm looking at, are so cool in the same exact kind of way. They both have tank tops on, but Serious Sam seems like a cooler guy, so I like him more.
I'm going to say Duke Nukem.
The coolest article of clothing, the tank top.
It is.
I'm going to follow Phil's logic here. I'm going to go Duke Nukem.
Did you say Duke Nukem as well, Phil? I didn't hear you.
That's what I said. I was the first one to say it.
Well, it's not Duke Nukem. It's Serious Sam with an 87. With a 8.4 for its user score, comparative to the 80 that Duke Nukem has with an 8.2 user score. So no points there. But don't worry, we're not just getting started. But
shout out Serious Sam for being Serious Sam.
Yeah, right. That's what it's called.
For serious.
Sorry, something's messing up here. Okay, there we go. The next one. This is the remnants of the other theme that I was going with. And that is the 2006 Saints Row, the very first Saints Row on the Xbox 360 versus the PlayStation 2 classic fighting game, Def Jam Fight for New York. You ever heard of Def Jam Fight for New York, guys?
Absolutely, I have.
We have heard, yeah.
Very good, very good.
I'm going to say Def Jam.
I was also going to say Def Jam.
Once again, you guys make the right decision. Well, no, you made the wrong decision last time, so this is the right one. It is Def Jam Fight for New York. Not as large of a gap as you might have thought. Saints Row 2006 is sitting at its 81 7.6 user score. Yeah, pretty respectable.
Good for Saints Row 1.
People didn't really like people. I mean, people liked the original like 2 Saints Row games, but people liked the second one better, and then people liked the third one even more.
Yep. People do like the third one a lot. I'm a fan of the second one myself. But that's compared to Jeff Jam's winning number of 83, just a 2-point lead, but an 8.8 user score. So definitely winning the popularity contest right there. All right. Now, you guys are going to have to reach into your bag. Okay? Do you guys remember these? The first one is Kane and Lynch, Dead Men, for the Xbox 360, November 13th, 2007. No?
Wow. Okay.
No?
Okay.
I'll say that. I'll think that is
Go on.
What you definitely will remember is the 2008 game Army of Two.
Oh, okay.
You guys remember
Easy.
Army of Two?
Army of Two.
Ooh.
I'm going Army of Two.
Army of Two, huh? So confident.
I actually don't think this is as easy as Phil thinks it is, because the second Army of Two game was received better than the first, but the first Kane and Lynch game was received fine. Kane and Lynch 2 was a dog shit game.
I played the shit out of the original Army of Two with my brother, so
I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna go fun here. I'll keep it competitive, and instead of coasting on my 1-point lead the whole game, and I'll go Kane and Lynch.
Whoa. Oh. Phil was right. It was Army of Two. Yeah, Tavin. The funny thing is I thought the same exact thing when I first entered in Kane and Lynch, but the scores were only by I think the one you were talking about had like a 63, and Kane and Lynch Dead Men sits at a 65, a 5.7 user score, with Army of Two's 72, 6.7 user score.
Of a human being. Like,
just, what?
Army of Two rules, dude.
Yeah, they made 3 of those games, right? And the third one was kind of a wet fart.
Well, what's weird is wasn't like the second and third game not co-op?
No, they're all.
That'd
co-op.
Be crazy. Yeah,
they're all co-op.
I just remember. I think back to like the original game's tutorial. It goes, "If you have the aggro, the enemies will target you," or something like that. So if you got to get your teammate to have the aggro.
Yeah, the second game, which I think is called Army of Two 40 Days, is that what it's called? There's like a CG cutscene explaining how aggro works.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't remember much from that game, much less the system mechanics you guys are talking about. But currently, you're tied. I do know that about this game because I made it. And we're going to go to the next. What'd you say to me?
We're tied like detergent.
Keep in your lane, Phil. Okay.
Which actually, I want to talk. Hold on. Speaking of detergent, and bringing this up, I gotta throw Connor under the bus here, man. So
I'll take
Connor has his boys over pretty much every Saturday night, and it's fun. It's whatever. You know, they're up to all hours of the night. You know, partaking in some influences, if you will, and just having a good time playing fucking Magic the Gathering or some shit. You know, or fighting games. Usually it's fighting games. So I get home. I worked, right? Yeah, I get home from work. Connor has definitely partaken in substances when I get there. And, you know, we're chit-chatting or whatever. We're talking. We're cracking jokes or whatever. And I'm doing something. And he calls from the kitchen area and goes, "Tavin, by the way, we're out of laundry detergent. We need more." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" "No, we're not." Because I know for a fact that I have this like rubber plastic container of Tide Pods. That it's a refillable thing. So you buy one of those, and then you buy the little bags of Tide Pods, and when you're out in the plastic thing, you rip open the bag and you pour them in, then you throw the bag away. And I know for a fact there's at least half a thing of the plastic thing still full. And there is a sealed plastic bag that you would rip open and throw away in there. I saw it like the day before, and I was like, because I had done my laundry, just happened to have done it the day, maybe it was 2 days before. I did it on Thursday because I was off on Thursday.
Yeah.
Beside the point. I had seen it. I knew it was there. So he goes, "Hey, by the way, we're out of detergent." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" "No, we're not." And I go and I look at it and I go, "What do you mean? It's right here." And I grab it and I open it up and I show him that it's half full. And he goes, "How long have we had those?" And I go, "They've been here the whole time. What have you been using?" And he was using this shitty ass liquid detergent that I had bought 2 years ago at this point. I was dating a girl at the time who was allergic to perfume, so I had to have a detergent that didn't have perfumes in it, and wash my bed sheets in it. And he had been using this shitty ass fucking perfumeless detergent for the last, how long have we been here? 3 months, 4 months?
A while, yeah. And you know, it made so much sense because I was like, damn, Tavin's not even using this, is he? Like, it's still there. We'd be out by now. And it was the worst. I actually lost respect for you, Tavin.
He goes,
you buying it.
The funny part is, I go, Connor, it's been right here the whole time. He goes, I've never used those before. I have no idea what they look like or what they are. I'm like, he's like, I don't even know how to use it. And I go, what do you mean you don't know how to use it? And he goes, I've never done it before.
No, I have never used them. I've always used liquid detergent. I've never not done that.
Dump your clothes in the washer, just throw the Tide Pod in, and you're done.
Dude, yeah, I literally, I grabbed one, I said, hey, here, you see this little piece? And I like, not even looking at it, I just threw it into the wash, and I said, there, you're done. And he went, oh, I'm going to wash my towels now.
The problem is, Tavin, is that the plastic on there just shouldn't be able to dissolve. It's impossible. It's not possible. Plastic does not just inherently dissolve in water and heat. It just doesn't do it.
Well, Connor, I'll have you know that the world is flooded in microplastics, so...
What? What?
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's really
we have them inside of us. Did you know that?
We have the science.
Science isn't real.
We have the technology.
It's all about faith.
Anyways, let's get into this final round.
Yeah, two more.
Oh,
two
okay.
more. All right, guys. I want to see how you react to this because we got 2 PS3 games, both released in the year of 2012.
Very, very well familiar of
2012.
PS3.
Awesome.
Oh, you're more familiar with the games themselves, and that is a collections, and that is the Jak and Daxter collection versus the Ratchet and Clank collection.
Oh fuck! Both of these things were fucking botched.
I will say the score difference is 2 points.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Ratchet. All the PS3 collection ports were all botched. Jak and Daxter's botched. Ratchet's botched. Sly is botched.
But the thing is, Jack's isn't that botched.
I don't think any of them are that botched, but there's just like things where it's like, all right, eyeballs are poking through eyelids now and they didn't used to.
Shit.
That would influence some people.
Or like the UI is off in this because the UI wasn't built for this format of screen.
Damn. See, I did this knowing Tavin was most likely going to choose Ratchet and Clank solely because it's Ratchet and Clank.
Pretty sure it's Ratchet.
But
I'm going to say Jack. I'm going to say Jack.
You know what? I really like the
also
fact.
Jak and Ratchet and Clank better trilogy across the board. All 3 Ratchet games better than all 3 Jak games.
Phil, care to weigh in? Jak and Daxter fan?
Just give me the point.
Well, Phil, you're not getting the point because it is Ratchet and Clank.
Fuck yeah!
It is sitting at 83 for Ratchet and Clank, 8.3 for user score.
I had the thought of going Ratchet just in case like the last round was something I was more definitively like, oh yeah, absolutely, I know that.
Yeah,
and yeah, I decided against my better nature, and you know that's it. That's how it happened.
So it goes. And to give you the bone, it lost with the 81 compared to the 83, but it wins with a higher user score at 8.6, a 0.3 difference. But
I'll take it. People know what they're talking about.
People don't know what they're talking about. Nobody knows what they're fucking talking
the
about.
problem, Tavin, is that you just said that people didn't know what they were talking about when it wasn't that score that I was going off of, and now it's changed. Why is that, Tavin?
I don't understand what you just said. You just said the general, like the user scores, which are always garbage and throw them in the trash, useless. You said the user scores favor Jak, and they're wrong. They're just wrong.
But previously, for one of those games, the user score, well, actually, you said that the people. I can't remember what game it was. I'm not going to bother wording things anymore. You're below me, Tavin. I don't have to say anything. So
actually, if you're watching the video, we're on the same level, Connor.
I'm below you guys.
Damn. That's a good one.
Phil's bottom.
Damn. Sorry, I got just distracted by the dad bod I was looking on my screen right here. Yes, and that is the last 2 games. But we're gonna do it a little bit differently. since they share a Metascore, and that is StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty against World of Warcraft. Now, in that case, they both have a 93, but the user score is not the same. So that is what we're going off of today.
World of Warcraft.
I have questions.
Yeah?
How updated are these user scores?
Beats me. StarCraft 2, you can change it if you want to, Phil, after this, has 2,809 user ratings compared to the 3,135 for World of Warcraft. So not that far off.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Stick
World
with
of Warcraft.
Tap, you're a coward.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is a coward, isn't he?
Man.
And the worst part is he's the kind of coward that's
fuck!
wrong.
I'm
It is
wrong!
not World of Warcraft.
You know what?
It
It's
is
fine. I
StarCraft 2.
get to coast on this point.
Dang, well, hey, that's the way the game can be played. You know, before this, I was going to say, Tavin, you go first. But, where's the fun in that? But going off of its user score, StarCraft 2 wins with its 8.2. Not as high as I thought it would be. Especially not as high as the game that was most certainly downvoted at some point with a 7.5 for its user score for World of Warcraft. So, with that, Tavin, you won your first game. Phil is undefeated no longer. We will see how this changes in the future. Seeing as how you won through absolutely scummy, pathetic practices. But you still won. That's all that matters. Good job, Tavin.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
He Vin Dieseled it.
Yes. I mean, when people talk about Thomas Edison and Tesla, I believe Tesla's current is used more than Edison's. Yes. But hey, Edison's got the rep. He's got the, he's always lauded as the winner. But he's obviously a loser who electrified elephants. So, fuck him.
A light bulb. So, you know.
He did. Wait, did he?
He didn't even design the light bulb. That's a myth.
Didn't think he did. Well, there you go. Good job, Phil. Tavin. Sorry. Not Phil.
I'll take the good job.
Yeah, you got to take it where you can get it.
Boys, I know I haven't played as much. I haven't played much of anything past few days. Been very busy with work. I like last night when I went over to the apartment to pick up my cute little Sonic controller holder, which isn't currently on my desk. It's still on my front table when I walk in the house. I was talking to Tavin. He's playing Last of Us Part 2, trying to get a platinum like a fucking loser. Instead of playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm
playing a bajillion games here. Well, Phil, here's the fucking thing. Is one of us is loyal to the campaign, and then the other one is a piece of scum shitbag who went and played 60 hours off on his own. You know? One of us cares about seeing the co-op campaign to the end and having that be the raw experience, having that be the first time experience is with you know, their best friend out here killing demons and shit. And one of us doesn't give a shit about the other one and is out here fucking just hammering away again and again and again, hour after hour, even though his friend said, "Hey man, please don't pass our progress." And then what do you know? He's gone and done it.
Tavin, I'm gonna respond to that with a question. Not posed to you, but posed to Connor. Connor, did you hear him refer to me as his best friend?
Oh, damn.
How does that make you feel?
You know what? At least Tavin has somebody in his corner.
Clearly, I don't. Because he went and abandoned me.
I didn't abandon you. When was the last time we've been able to play together?
Well, Phil, I wouldn't fucking know because you haven't asked me in like 2 weeks. I've asked every time.
That's not true.
That's absolutely true.
No.
It's 100% true.
Fight on
the only time you've asked, and I believe the last 2 weeks, the only time you've asked is when we finished up recording the podcast and you were like, "Hey man, you want to do it?" And then we played for 15 minutes and you were like, "I'm going to sleep."
No, because there's been times where I get off work and I ask you about like the next morning, or I do something like that. It's like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" Like we can do something
that
else.
Has happened, Phil. That has happened, Phil, but it hasn't happened recently.
I'm just gonna say you might say the words the next day, but we still have I incept the idea into your head. Is what happens, Tavin.
This is not. None of this. These are bold-faced lies. The timeline has gotten confused in Phil's head. Regardless, I've been playing a bunch of fucking video games, all right? Yes, I've been playing The Last of Us Part 2. Yes, I've been playing Fallout Shelter for trophies. Yes, I've been playing Sackboy: A Big Adventure for trophies. You know, I'm doing these things. I've meant to talk about it last week and give a full breakdown. Played some God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. Hey, if you haven't played God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, you need to make the fucking time right fucking now, because it's awesome. It is superb. It is some of the best DLC content I've ever played in my life. And the fact that it's free is just a sweet ass cherry on top. It successfully, I think in my head, ties together the two series, the two franchise, because it pays the original trilogy such respect. Honestly, even the PSP games and the prequel game, it pays them such respect and ties it all together. You truly, it didn't. In my head, there was a separation of the Kratos. There was old Kratos and new Kratos. And this DLC unifies them and says, no, this is the same man. You should have been following the arc. The arc was always there. You just didn't give it its credit to. And I think the DLC Valhalla does a great job of unifying all of that, on top of it also progressing the narrative that is happening in the new series of games, on top of giving insight to characters that we didn't have before. And I'm not just talking Kratos here. And making me just aching for the next entry in this franchise. They say they're done with the Norse era. I don't see how they're done with the Norse era, because they absolutely need to continue Kratos' story. And they've tied him pretty significantly to the Norse. So I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe it's just going to be its own mythology now, because Kratos has killed another pantheon of gods.
So Tavin, I can't remember if in our top 10s we allow DLC, but if we do, I imagine this is going to be in your top 10.
We don't really allow DLCs. We do allow expansions. And I don't think Valhalla is meaty enough to justify putting it on the list. It's
let alone in 2023.
Yeah, let alone in 23. But it is quite meaty. I want to say it took me 8 to 10 hours, somewhere around there, to get through it. And it's roguelike. I think the thing about it is that there are, a roguelike will have different stages, different areas. If we take Hades, because it takes a lot of inspirations from Hades, you've got I've forgotten the names now that I'm thinking about it. You've got the different levels of, like, the first main level, then you have you fight Meg or one of her sisters or whatever. Then you have the second one, you fight the Minotaur, and then you have the third.
Arteris, Asphodel, Elysium, River Styx.
Valhalla has 2. And if it had a third, I believe it would have been meaty enough. And it's got one real boss fight, and then it's like for the end of the adventure has one real boss with, like, a name, and it's a character that you come back and talk to and so forth. The boss fight that switches you from realm 1 to realm 2 gets cycled, and they recycle mini bosses, or they recycle bosses of old, but it's never the same guy again.
Interesting.
For the most part. So, like, you'll fight a troll one time, or you'll fight I don't know, a serpent boss another time, or stuff like that, like a dragon or something. Like, and it'll cycle through things like that. But yeah, if it just had, like, one more world, if it added another 2 to 3 hours to it, then I think it would have been meaty enough for it. I don't think it's meaty enough in its current state.
Tavin, I divined something. And that is, I know what the final boss is. Just now, I've decided I know what it is.
I mean,
should I say it?
You can. I will neither confirm nor deny. I will message you if you are correct.
Okay, good to know. I bet it's Kratos, his old self. Because if it's someone that doesn't change, if I'm going off of the words you just said, it would make sense it's him. Or I'll just throw it out there, since you're not going to confirm or deny it. Zeus, another big option as well. And now I know whether I'm right or wrong. You, the viewer, will never know. But
unless you play the thing.
Unless I what? Oh, unless I play the thing.
Play the thing.
Yeah.
Play the thing.
A standard for anything relating to video games is you just got to play the thing.
Yeah, it's excellent. Santa Monica Studios is just it. I mean, they've been on another level since 2018, and they just continue to just be fucking fire.
Santa Monica, you
all
said.
right.
Yes.
Interesting.
It sounded like he was about to catch me in a slip up, but I'm right. Like
No, I was. I thought there was going to be a what do you call it? Transition. I was trying to set it up, but
I had said it in the hopes that someone would pick up what I was putting down, but it didn't happen. So now we're just left in this meandering bit.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
I don't think Connor's right. I think if I had to guess, I mean, if you finished God of War Ragnarok and you did a lot of like the bonus stuff, like you did all the ravens and all that, and you did the prison, I think it might be Tyr because he comes out of the prison.
Play the game.
That sly smile, a little slight smirk, huh?
It's a great game. You should play it.
It is. But anyway, I was saying like I haven't really been able to game for what feels like a long time before Tavin started talking shit about Baldur's Gate. I haven't played nearly as much Mario as I would have wanted. I'm only like 20 stars deep.
In Mario?
Mario, yeah.
Wonder?
No, Mario 64.
Oh,
for the Game Club.
Got it. You got to be more specific, man. I'm in closing on 30. So I think I've like crossed the halfway mark.
Like in terms of like just being able to game, I haven't had time to record B-roll for when we do the top 10 for the year. I'll probably tackle some of that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some of those guys.
No, I understand. I gotta think because I know.
If you could go ahead and give me your list as soon as possible. That'd be great.
Oh, okay. I will get you that. But anyway, moving right along, I want to go into my minigame this week. Well, you know what, Connor? You been playing anything recently? I feel like I skipped over you.
As a matter of fact, I have. Star Ocean Second Story Plus R. I hopped back on that because I've been wanting to play it.
I saw your tweet.
Not where I thought he was going. Not where I thought he was going.
And, since we all had something a little interesting to say, I'll say this. So, Tavin, recently we talked on the podcast about, we covered some stories of particularly involving Insomniac and how they've taken a really long time to make their Spider-Man 2, and other studios are doing it as well. It's just become kind of the standard. That was the conversation we had. It was just long development times to make all of these extremely high fidelity games.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it in context to Insomniac. Insomniac has actually kind of been killing the game. Everybody else takes fucking 5 years at least, usually.
But didn't Spider-Man 2 also take a long, long while? That was the whole bit.
Yeah, but Insomniac was working on their stuff too.
Yeah. Insomniac had put out Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man Remastered. So like we had received more titles from them as opposed to compared to Sony Santa Monica. It was I guess 4.5 years from God of War to Ragnarok. And then, Ghost of Tsushima was in 20. No sight of a sequel coming anytime soon of that. Naughty Dog obviously had plans for a multiplayer game that was probably going to come out next year, but that's been scrapped. And then so now we're just sitting here waiting for something new from PlayStation Studios. So yeah, the idea was that it just takes fucking forever.
Yeah. So I was wrong about the Insomniac part. I probably was mixing it up when we talked about Naughty Dog. But either way, Star Ocean Second Story Plus R, it's a remake of a game that came out in 1998. And despite that fact, though, it's absolutely beautiful looking. And I kind of had the thought recently of, when it comes to games like these coming out, we really don't need those long times of making a game to make a high fidelity or realistic looking game, because I'm sitting here while playing Spider-Man 2 in recent days, now jumping back onto this, and visually it's just far more impressive. This remake of a 1998 game that doesn't have that high fidelity that Spider-Man 2 or Naughty Dog or God of War or all of those games that end up taking a long time. Not the specifically God of War, but those kinds of games do take is kind of what makes games take as long as they are nowadays. And I was just thinking, that's it serves as a really good example of how you just need to make the game look good. However, the game, within the confines of the game itself. It doesn't have to be this realistic looking game, which takes all these years to make a really good looking one. When the visuals of Star Ocean are just better than something like Spider-Man.
I'm gonna push back on this in a couple of different ways. One, correct me if I'm wrong. Star Ocean is a pixel art game, yeah. Yeah. That's really hard to do. Takes a lot of talent, and it takes quite a bit of time. It takes more time for that art to come online than the art for games like a Last of Us or a Final Fantasy VII remake and stuff like that. Like, the art just doesn't take as long to make for that. And I think the process that is taking so long is churning out the amount of content with how freeing these third-person action games are, where there's a lot more that can go wrong in terms of like glitching and systems, and there's more going on in that sense. Whereas, correct me if I'm wrong, Star Ocean's a turn-based RPG,
linear.
So it's you establish a combat loop, you refine it, and then that's really it. The rest is just numbers.
Yeah, well, in regards to Star Ocean, it's not a traditional turn-based RPG. It's its own thing entirely. You move around a set map and activate your abilities and dodge as well. It plays almost more like an action game in that regard, but one that's still based off those RPG stats that we usually get from Final Fantasies. As regards to the pixel art, I get not everyone else needs to do pixel art. I'm just saying is it doesn't need to be this high-fidelity game to get the visual wow that people are demanding from those kinds of games. You can get them through other avenues that aren't requiring them to make, games that are in the oven for, as many years as they've been taking recently, 5, 4, now going up to something like 6. And obviously not everything. I'm not saying this is a standard that everyone should go to. I'm just saying a lot of other studios that do go after that more high fidelity like graphical experience just probably shouldn't in the future, especially when we see the impact it has on employees as well as just, how long it takes to make a game and whether it's able to make its money back successfully or not. It's just a small little thing I experienced when playing that game.
Oh, I did not know what Star Ocean's second story art looked like. This is impressive.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Again, not everything needs to look exactly like that, but it really is. And also, when it comes to like in content within the games, I think we could also lighten up on that. Bringing on to something like Spider-Man. None of this stuff is bad. Like, it's really not. But I felt like I'm not really interested in a lot of the side content that game has to offer. Meanwhile, Star Ocean Second Story has a really unique, I don't want to say job mechanic, but more like you have skills that could be used to, just get better items, earn more, or earn more money, things like that. It's kind of a really complex system, and it's more notable than anything that, Spider-Man or even something like Final Fantasy 16 has, or something like I'm gonna stop reaching for other games because I could be here for a while doing that. But maybe we don't have to just load the game in, even with all this side content as well as high graphical fidelity. Just a small thought I had when I was playing that game after just playing 2 days of Spider-Man.
Connor, I like what I'm seeing. I'm buying Star Ocean right now.
You would like it. I can guarantee you.
I'm actually kind of mad that you haven't pulled me into the other room and been like, "Hey, motherfucker, look at this."
You know what? I honestly, I don't know why I didn't amp it up harder. Probably because I didn't play super amount at the time.
Holding out on you.
I guess I have been, huh?
Literally.
One of the cool things the game does, by the way, is that when you bring up the characters and like the status part of the menu, you have your character portrait, obviously. There was an anime that came out, and obviously the original 1998 version of the game, and you can swap between all of the art styles of the characters that you get in your party, depending on, whichever one you like. Small little detail, but I thought was really cool.
Is it different art styles, or is it just different portraits?
It's different portraits, but they're portraits done in a different art style, since the entire, the content surrounding the game, or the anime surrounding the game, were, of course, done differently than this remake was. So they just showed it in it's so small. And you can't, unfortunately, when you pull out of that status menu, they don't stay that way, which is slightly disappointing, seeing as they already had the models inputted into the system there. But just like I said, a little tidbit it does.
Phil, if you haven't paid any attention to this, you should look at it because it looks fantastic, and it does have. I see what Connor's saying now, where it's got more action stylings to it. I thought it was just a turn-based RPG, pixel art, normal basic stuff I thought it was like done in the way that the Octopath games have been done.
Yeah.
Which there is still some similarities to that.
Of course.
But there's a little more going on there.
No, I remember seeing it in the the Nintendo like showcase they did recently.
Yeah, it was it was in a Nintendo Direct at some point. It was probably in a couple or whatever, but you know, Nintendo Directs, there's like games to pay attention to, and then there's like, hey, this is also coming to the Switch, and you just kind of turn your brain off.
If I'm not mistaken, that was one of the ones. That was one of the ones that I recorded a reaction for solo.
Oh,
you might have been right. You might be right. In which case, I definitely looked at it and watched it and was like, yeah, cool, and then turned it off.
Anyway, that was a good little conversation there. I like that. Now we will move on to my mini game, which is a hit 10, of course, and it's the top 10 video game developers, being like the studios, you know. Hit 10, of course, is a game that we play on here quite frequently, where we have a top 10 list being from the internet, from one of us, and we assign point values for them. Number 10 on the list being worth 1 point at the least. Number 1 on the list being worth 10 points at the most, and everything interspersed between reversed. What's inversed? That's what I was looking for. For score. So, you know, 2 being worth 9 points, 9 being worth 3 points, and, you know, so on and so forth. And Connor is not good at these games, so Connor will be going first.
Well, let's just. When was this released again? This
we don't have a date.
Okay, we don't have a
date.
date.
Before we recorded, but I could not find a date.
Yeah,
and this is a tricky one because how do you gauge it? Are we talking legacies? Are we talking currently modern day? Who's the best? Like it gets tricky. Kojima Productions, that's 2 different studios depending on.
It goes off of whatever gadgetmates.com thinks.
I guess let's go with the more simple one. Let's go with Rockstar.
Oh, that's a good one.
GTA fame.
Rockstar's is number 5 on the list. That's going to net you 6 points.
Number 5. Okay,
that's a good one, Connor. They weren't in my head, and they should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Tavin, you keep me score?
Yeah, I'll keep score. God, there's so many fucking options. I wonder how generic I can be.
Right.
Can I say Nintendo?
Tavin, Nintendo's number 1 on the list.
Yeah. That's bullshit. God damn it.
It's going to get you 10 points.
Yeah, that's a cheat.
That is a cheat. God damn it.
That's like 7 studios in one.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That's cheating, yeah.
Yeah, fuck this. You know what I'm going? From Software. Let's see what that goes. Come on. They made so many good games.
It should be high.
I gotta stop switching back to you boys. I like looking at you guys. FromSoft is number 8 on the list. It's going to net you 3 points.
Damn. You cannot name. I'm not a huge some FromSoft fan, but you cannot name 7 studios better than From Software.
They haven't had a really like poor game since Dark Souls 2
in 15 years.
Well, what are you gonna
do? Was that number 8? So 3 points.
I hope this game specifically serves as a reason why I never win this. It's these small things. That's what it is, right, guys? Right? Small thing? Yeah.
Real quick, if this helps gauge when this list was posted, it has a list of games from Software, and Elden Ring is on the list.
Okay.
So it's within the last year.
That's tough.
All right.
That's tough. You cannot name 8. Like 4 or 5, maybe. 8? No.
Damn. What are you gonna?
And so now, do I follow the same strategy and hit one of the Umbrella Studios that like is 6 and 1, or do I get a little specific and I name something better? Let me do a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, depending on how you name it. And I'm gonna say Bethesda.
Bethesda Game Studios. Number 9 on the list. It's going to get you 2 points.
That's number 9. First of all, that's appropriate. Bethesda well past their prime. I was hoping that the whoever wrote this article was stupid and just put the entire umbrella of Bethesda under it. So you get Arcane, so you get Tango Gameworks, or you get whoever the fuck else is under there. Machine Gun Games.
Yeah. It really only lists the Elder Scrolls game, Fallout.
Okay.
That's really all it has listed on here.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll accept that. You're still in this, Connor.
Okay. Let's see.
Round number 3.
Yeah, number 3. Round number 3. I'll take the plunge, Tavin. I'll do it first. You'll see me do it. We'll go with the studio that has not made a good game recently, but has a long history of good games. Let's go BioWare.
Oh, okay. No, okay, all right.
What do you think?
I thought you were going Naughty Dog. I was like, stop it, dick.
BioWare is not on the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is made by I bet a 23-year-old who's just recency bias through the roof.
Wow, that blows.
That wouldn't make sense.
That blows.
Yeah. Damn. If they had kept up the quality since Mass Effect 3, they'd be on this list.
I have to see the rest of the list, but I don't know, man. BioWare not being on a top 10 is like blasphemous to me. But I understand why, but I have to see the rest of the list.
BioWare was honorable mention at number 14.
Okay.
I'm going to go Capcom.
Capcom, Tavin is going to get you 7 points. That's number 4.
That's appropriate.
Damn.
That's appropriate.
On the list.
Yeah. That's a good one.
These Umbrella Studios are great, guys. Let me tell you what. Fucking racking up these fucking points.
You know what? Since you were upset earlier, I'll go with it. Naughty Dog. Let's jump on that.
Naughty Dog is going to get you 4 points. That is number 7 on the list.
I'm not mad at that.
They're points.
I'm not mad at that.
Tavin's pick for the penultimate round here.
Yeah, this isn't going to be number 2. Remind me what points values are still available here.
We still have the 1 point at the number 10. We still have the 5 points for number 6. We have
3 and 2, right?
8 points. 8 points for number 3, and then 9 points for number 2. That's correct.
I'm gonna go one that I don't think is number 2, but should be on this list, just legacy wise. Not delivering S tier games for the most part, but you know they're all just so high quality. They so rarely miss. I'm gonna go Insomniac.
Yeah, good one.
Insomniac is not on the list, Tavin.
Wild. That's wild.
God damn.
You can't name 10 studios better than Insomniac. Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man.
What's crazy is it's not even in the honorable mentions.
That's fucking insane.
Lighted.
Where they go the next 10 on the list, and it's not anywhere there.
Resistance, like, come on, man. Like, I understand Resistance, the lower caliber of these IPs that I've named, but like still, like fucking 5 generations deep and not had like they haven't gone a generation without a banger.
Apparently that's not good enough.
That's fucking insane. All right.
So Connor, your first here for our final round here. So far, we still have number 10 available, number 6 available, number 3 and 2.
And how many points would I need to win?
It is 19 to 13. You need 6 points. So the 3 or the 2.
The 3 or the 2 will get you, but then Tavin has to miss.
Yeah, I have to miss. 5 will tie it.
Damn.
5's already been done.
5 has been done.
Okay, yeah. So you need the 3 or the 2.
Damn, this is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
This is difficult indeed. Mm-hmm. 2 or 3. What could be 2 or 3? I'm thinking an older developer. I'm starting to think that's the avenue to go down. Damn, Capcom was a good one. I should have thought of that one. God damn it. Let's go with...
I've got one more Umbrella in my head, but it's not a good answer. It should not be in this list.
Should not be, huh? Damn. Okay. I'm arriving on one spot, and I don't know if it's a developer. Is it a publisher? Is it a... Let's... God damn it. Yeah, let's... Okay, you guys can rag on me for it if this is not a developer and I'm being stupid. I'll go with Valve.
No, Valve is a developer. Yeah. In fact, it is the number 3 answer on the
list.
Guys!
It's going to get you...
God, they've made one game in the last 20 years.
I know,
What are we doing?
Not BioWare, but man, if you
no Insomniac, no BioWare.
Yeah.
Valve?
Damn. Okay.
BioWare at least got an honorable mention. Insomniac is nowhere to be found.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now I'm shooting for number 2 here. Number 3, giving him 8 points, puts him at fucking 21.
Yep. So you need the number 2 answer in order to win. If you get number 10, it's not enough.
8's not available?
No, eight got taken by Connor. It's or was it by you? It was from Soft.
That was me.
That's Connor. Okay.
I mean, no, you can get number 6, and I think still get it.
That would get me the lead. What is why? What is number 6?
Oh, let me just tell you right now.
Yeah, right. Valve being number 3 is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I like
Same.
Half-Life as much as the next guy. I love Portal, but that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, they have Half-Life, Counter-Strike, and Portal listed, and that's it.
They haven't done anything. They made Half-Life Alyx, which people liked, but who played it? Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, well, especially with fucking Insomniac. I don't know why they're not on this list. BioWare I can understand due to their
BioWare,
Insomniac-
because BioWare has duds, right?
Yeah,
like
a lot of
like you look at Mass
Insomniac,
Effect Andromeda,
Insomniac at the
Anthem.
lowest. Insomniac at the lowest for me, I think, is like number 6.
It's reasonable.
They should just be on the list.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care where, but they should just be there. Just consistency,
Yeah.
Nobody rewards consistency. Only your peaks.
They remember your peaks and they remember your valleys.
Where was Naughty Dog on the list?
I do.
Naughty Dog was number 7.
Yeah, that and Rockstar kind of was like, oh, okay, this is
That makes me think Santa Monica's not going to cut it.
I almost went for them.
Even though no, I'd still put Naughty Dog above Santa Monica. I had to think about that one though. Fuck, dude. Number 2, second best developer in the world. Number 1 is Nintendo. That's a cheat.
Yeah, well,
Say that, and you're the one that guessed it.
I know. That's why I guessed it, because I knew it was a cheat. Legend of Zelda, Mario, fucking, those are 2 different studios, but sure, fuck it, give it to me.
be wrong.
Dude, I'm struggling to, it's gonna be a, oh, duh, them, answer, and I just can't.
Could be.
I can't put it. It shouldn't be Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, I don't know if Sucker Punch should be on the list.
It'd be weird if they were and Insomniac wasn't. I almost did them.
It would be very weird if Sucker Punch was and Insomniac isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be very weird.
I have mine in the gun. Is what I think.
Well, I
it
mean,
could be.
your last round is
Yeah. It comes down to this. I'm thinking really hard because I really want this one. Because I'm also just better at naming developers than Connor is.
Well, hey, by the end of this game, we will see.
Yeah. Fucking Valve.
Well, I thought it was going to be a big dud. But guess not. Damn, Tavin really...
Fuck it, man. Kojima Productions.
Kojima Productions is not on the list, Tavin. With that, Connor is the winner of this week's Hit 10 by a margin of, I think, 2 points, was it?
2 points. 2 point lead. Congratulations.
19 to 21.
You did it.
I didn't think
Well
once
done.
you named Nintendo, I thought it was dead. I was like, that's it.
I thought you were too.
All right. So,
especially when I got Capcom, I got fucking 6 points off of them or whatever.
Starting from number 10 here, we have Ubisoft.
Ubisoft was in my head.
I mean,
That was the umbrella one that was in my head. And no, they do not deserve to be on this list. Where is
the
Insomniac?
The problem is that when BioWare isn't on there, it doesn't make sense why Ubisoft at least has some good games out recently. I guess that's the big bone it gets.
So yeah, we got Ubisoft, then Bethesda, FromSoft, Naughty Dog. Number 6 on the list, which was not guessed, Blizzard.
Yeah. Okay.
5, we have Rockstar. 4, we have Capcom. 3 was Valve. And number 2, which I'm surprised no one said, we have Square Enix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Another cheat.
Yep.
All right, and I kind of want to go into these honorable mentions that they had here. So number 11 was Sega.
No. What? No.
Number 12, we have Konami.
That's a publisher.
Just saying. Number 13, we have id Software.
Respectable.
Software.
Respectable. I don't
Number
know.
14, we have
I wouldn't put them. I wouldn't put them this high, and I certainly wouldn't put them over Insomniac. But respectable.
Yeah. Then we have BioWare, number 14. Number 15, we have Bungie. Number 16, we have Mojang.
A little underrated, that Bungie.
Yeah. 17, we have Rare.
What?
18, we have Rare being listed as Donkey Kong Country, GoldenEye, and Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay.
GoldenEye got it.
Okay.
Yep. Number 18, we have IO Interactive.
Respectable.
Which is funny because the only game they have listed for this is Hitman.
It's the only thing they've ever done.
Number 19, we have Guerrilla Games.
No. Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, first of all, top 20 in a top 20 list, Guerrilla should maybe be in the conversation. Low on the list, but maybe should be in the conversation. But for Insomniac not to be on the list, I'm assuming Sucker Punch isn't on this list. I'm assuming Kojima Productions is not on this list. Fucking ridiculous.
No. Number 20, which is the last of the honorable mentions listed, we have CD Projekt Red.
Honestly, that's underrated.
Yeah.
CD Projekt's been putting out really quality games for a long time, and especially
something really funny is they only have The Witcher listed.
Well, yeah.
They did not want to.
This was probably written before 2.0. For
yeah.
So I think 2.0 probably puts them back in that conversation.
Oh, for sure. I really want to play Cyberpunk. You know what, Connor?
Yeah.
That's the game you're gonna buy me for my win.
Hey, fair enough. Oh wait, on PS5? What on?
Yep.
Yeah.
On PS5.
Okay, I'm about to be angry as fucking hell. Wait one second.
Oh, is it $70? Is it $70?
I want like the expanded thing with
you're fucked. That's like $80.
Wait, what? You want the expanded?
He wants the DLC.
With the DLC. I want Phantom Liberty.
How much is that?
Also, you got last. It makes sense for you to have to spend more than Tavin did. Tavin bought me his game, Super Mario RPG.
Should have jumped on that grenade faster, Connor.
Could have. What is that? Is it the Ultimate Edition?
Probably.
What is that?
Let me take a look.
Because it's the Ultimate Edition. It's $60. No, wait. Wait. Yeah, what the fuck is this? I don't have no goddamn clue.
Connor, I'm gonna look, and then Tavin, while I do this, you go ahead and start us off with your minigame, buddy.
Gentlemen, I also have a hit 10 for us today, but unlike Phil, I didn't go to the internet. I went to myself, my own little tiny brain, and
it is tiny.
So the rules are the same. You each have 5 guesses, 10 entries on the list. Number 10 is worth 1 point. Number 1 is worth 10 points. Everything in between is inversed as so. And today, gentlemen, we are doing my top 10 stealth games.
Oh, wow. I wonder what number 1 is. Okay, wait a second. Can we do a coin toss between who goes first?
Well, I'll say right now. Can we get a coin toss for who goes first? I'll say right now. There are not restrictions for having multiple entries per franchise on this list.
I wonder why.
There are not, and I'm talking pure mechanics. I'm not talking like story or narrative. I'm talking the mechanics of stealth and sneaking around, disabling enemies one way or another, not getting caught, etc., etc. What is the most engaging? What is the most fun? A good loop. All of that. It's purely based off of the mechanics of the game.
Okay.
And since Connor so loudly demanded it, yeah, I'll go to the spinner wheel.
All right, Connor. The full thing, you're actually doing better than Tavin in terms of having to pay. It's gonna run you $60.04.
What Tavin get again?
Really, for a full
Mario
package,
RPG.
Phantom Liberty and 2077?
Well, so there's no, from what I'm seeing, there's no like double pack thing or whatever. So it's literally just the Cyberpunk 2077 and Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Oh, so you gotta go
those
get
two
Phantom.
together.
Well, I mean, you got a whole fucking game to play before you get to Phantom Liberty, so you'll be okay.
I think it just adds a different ending possibility. I thought, at least.
I believe that is true, but you still have to buy it, don't you?
Yeah. So yeah, Connor, if you can get on that and gift it to me.
Yeah. How do is there a system to do that on PS5?
There's gifting. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wish list it real quick. That way I can. Maybe it's easier for you.
We know who's going first, Tavin?
It's done a whole fucking thing. Hold on.
It was too much work. We can just go into
Open
it.
slash
I don't
edit
mind.
file. There they are.
No.
Now I'm just waiting on pickerwheel.com. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Take Tavin out. Hit the spin. It be spinning. Does anybody have any questions about the format of the list? I think I'm pretty clear about it. Phil's going first. Anybody have any questions before we get started?
No, I'm good.
So it's stealth games.
Stealth games based off of mechanics, not based off of like story or anything else. It's pure gameplay mechanics. How fun is it? How well done is it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Phil, you can go ahead and get first and go ahead and take that one off the list.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and say Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Yeah, that's a 10-pointer.
Yeah.
Listen, we peaked in 2004, guys. There hasn't been a better game since Snake Eater. Not a better stealth game. Not a better fucking story. It's just the full package. It's everything.
What are you gonna do?
It's getting warm in my room. I gotta take my hoodie off.
Connor, we're now bouncing to you.
Let's go with Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
A decent guess, Connor. A good game when you're talking mechanics and stealth and so forth, but it's not on the list.
Damn. Okay. What the stuff games are you talking about? Oh yeah, I think I thought of one.
Phil, we're back to you.
I'm gonna say Dishonored.
Dishonored is on the list, Phil, at number 6, granting you 5 more points.
Let's go with Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Oh, nice, Connor. Splinter Cell Blacklist, number 3 on the list, granting you 8 points. Great game, underrated as hell. Nobody played it and it killed the franchise. It's a really good fucking game.
Yeah, it definitely
just an okay story, but great fucking game. Great co-op. Spies versus Mercs was fun until everybody found the meta and cheesed the fuck out of it. Solid game. Great co-op. Oh my god, the co-op was so good.
All right.
Phil, back to you, sir.
In terms of mechanics, yeah.
Yeah. From
Last of Us Part 2.
Better than Valve. Last of Us Part 2, Phil, is number 2 on the list,
Yeah.
granting you 9 more points.
It's not that good stuff mechanics, but
It is that good, Connor. It is that good.
not when I was playing it.
You just were probably playing it like a fucking moron then.
Tevin, I killed everyone in every single combat encounter.
That doesn't mean you played it smart. You probably
means I
just
did.
like killed 2 people stealthily and then got caught and shot everybody else.
No. Unless there were dogs. I didn't have them with the dogs there. But
Dogs are great. You make the dog catch your scent. You put a trip mine down. You sneak away, and then like a minute and a half later, boom, bear, no.
So sad. But what isn't sad is my correct answer for saying Metal Gear Solid 2.
There you go, Connor. There you go. Metal Gear Solid 2 is on the list at number 4, granting you 7 points. You are now where Phil was before he got The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
This, I think, is where it gets tricky, gentlemen. There is one more on the list that I think is fairly obvious if you've had a conversation with me, and the rest you may or may not get.
I'm gonna get a little wacky here. I'm gonna say Sly 2.
Phil, Sly 2 is not on the list.
Damn. Not doing enough for you gameplay wise, huh? Stealth mechanics wise, huh?
It did not make the list. Connor.
Okay,
Back
this
to
is
you. Guess number 4.
Yeah. Damn. I'm being dangerous with my pick here because just it's kind of a landmine of so many possibilities.
Mhm.
Which possibility could it be though? I know what your favorite one is.
I'm not in your head.
But,
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, but I don't know stealth wise. You know, this is the only time I'll reach for this one. Won't do it for my 5th pick. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is not on the list. Phil,
This is guess number 4.
this is 5. This is your final pick.
This is the last one.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So I said
You said
Snake Eater.
Last of Us, Dishonored, Sly 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
You are now on number 5.
All right. I'm between 2 of them, and I don't want to give Connor ideas.
You do not.
I guarantee. I mean, Phil, he's not winning here. He's not. He doesn't. I don't think he has the. He doesn't have the sauce.
What are you gonna?
The only thing is, like, I've heard y'all talk about how there's like stealth parts of it, but I don't know, like, how good it is that like stacks up with like an actual like stealth game. You know,
I'm curious as to what's boggling around in his head.
Could also be the other one. So I'm going to say, you might think that that one's goofy, but I don't know if you dig it though. I'm just gonna say it. I'm between Persona 5, because I've heard y'all talk about stealth stuff in that one, and Skyrim. So I'm gonna say Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal.
Persona 5 / Persona 5 Royal is not on the list.
All right.
Phil, you basically, the stealth of that game is you just like you run up behind someone and get like a sneak attack on them, and it just gives you advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
In the
I just didn't know, because like Connor, maybe it was just Connor that said that because he was being cheeky or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's debatably like the most flushed out stealth mechanics of the 2 that I've played, and I assume 3 works pretty much the same way. But it's it's not worth talking about.
All right, Connor, back to you.
Connor, final guess.
Final, let's get it over with. Metal Gear Solid 1.
Metal Gear Solid 1 is not on the list, Connor. Leaving the results to be Phil taking the lead at 24 points, Connor at 15.
Tavin.
Yes, sir.
Can I make an honorary guest here?
An honorary guest? Yeah, sure.
Yes. No points. Sticks. Master of Shadows.
No, that's not on the list.
Is there a Thief game on this list?
There is not a Thief game. I've never played a Thief game, so I can't speak to Thief. Then that's my fault or whatever. And I haven't played any of the old Splinter Cells either, which should probably be on this list. I hear a lot of great things about some of those older Splinter Cells, but I've just never played them, so I can't tell.
You know what would be really funny if it's on your list? Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, no. Phil, Baldur's Gate 3, more stealth mechanics than Persona 5. Way more stealth mechanics than Persona 5. The list is as follows, and I'll say number 1 through 7 I had pretty easily. and of those 7, we were missing number 5 and number 7. 8, 9, and 10, I had to do some thinking for. I had to be like, yeah, I guess I like that one. All right, yeah, sure, we'll put that one on the list. Number 10 is Far Cry 3.
Hey, good one.
You know, there is stealth mechanics in it. You know, and they're okay. They're fine.
I like how for a Ubisoft game you didn't even pick an Assassin's Creed game.
Assassin's Creed has bad stealth mechanics. I think.
Phil just sips his drink, doesn't say anything.
Assassin's Creed is the epitome of sit in a corner and wait. Like, to me, a great stealth game is a game that, like, gives you mechanics for you to actively participate in the mechanics and create opportunity for yourself, which is why the top 3 are MGS3, Last of Us 2, and Splinter Cell Blacklist, because all 3 of those do that. Anyways, number 9 is Batman Arkham City. Was really debating between Night and City, and I think what came down to it is I can remember encounters in City. I can't really remember too many encounters in Night. And I've played them. I played them about the same time. So you know, either of those should be in my head. But the what are they called? The Prowler moves? No, the Prowler strike? No, the ones where you like take down like 3 dudes at once. Those are really cool and really fun. Number 8 is Ghost of Tsushima.
I thought about that one.
Yeah, Legends does a lot of work here for me. It dialing in its mechanics through its character classes really showed me just how engaging the stealth is in that game. It's really good. Legends changed how I played the main game, which is just to tell you how good Legends is. Number 7, Phil, you were so fucking close, man. Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves.
I thought you liked 2 better.
No, it's a coin toss on which one I like on whatever day. I change my mind all the time on it. Usually, I like Sly 3 better as a game, but the reason I'm going to put Sly 3 better as a better stealth game is the added mechanics they give to Bentley and Murray, giving them their each, like, in 2, they feel like offshoots of Sly, whereas in 3 they feel more like their own specific pillars. And you know, you switch your tactics in how you engage in encounters depending on which character you're playing, which I think is better. Number 6, we talked about it, Dishonored. Number 5, a sneaky one, if you will, a sleeper pick, if you will, one that I was fairly certain nobody was going to get. Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Yeah, that actually has good stealth mechanics, doesn't it?
It has shockingly good stealth mechanics in it. I play the Wolfenstein games as stealth games. I don't play them as action games. Are there moments where, yeah, shit pops off and I'm dual wielding machine guns and going, ah? Yes, absolutely, those moments happen. But those games have really flushed out, like, stealth mechanics, like full, like, skill trees of stealth mechanics and so forth. And I like 1 more than 2. 2's got a better story, though. Number 4, I believe Connor got it. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Just, if you want to make a classic stealth game, this is the formula you should use. It's just so well balanced. So many nice tools that you can use at your disposal that actually have use, as opposed to the first game where, like, there's a handful of good encounters to sneak around in, and most of the equipment you have you never use outside of the one room where you're supposed to use them. Number 3, Splinter Cell Blacklist. Yeah, purely one of the best stealth games ever made, and it got super slept on. It's fucking good. It is shockingly good.
Multiplayer too.
Yeah, and it still holds up. You know, when we went back and revisited it 2 years ago, it held up pretty damn well. It's really good. Number 2 is The Last of Us Part 2. Taking the sort of bare bones stealth of the first one, the one that just it works, it's fine. It's fun enough, and just totally expanding upon it, switching out the like different equipment that you can use for things that are more useful in stealth encounters and so forth. The enhanced enemy AI, the combining of infected and normal people in a stealth environment and how that works. How the enemies communicate with each other. There's a specific faction that totally flips everything on its head, and you stop using tactics that you were using for the last 7 hours, and you switch tactics up, and you engage in an entirely different way. It's really, really well done. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, it's the perfect game. There's nothing wrong with that game. You can't tell me otherwise.
Well, the camera's not that great.
No, camera's fine. They fixed it. It launched. It launched not great, and then they fixed it. It's good. It works.
Phil, we need to play that game when we do it on the game club, and then just come up with a list of criticisms and just throw them at Tavin.
I've got a counter for every single one of them. I've got
you say that
too many menus. You use 3 fucking camouflages the entire game. Just cycle between your favorites, and you're fine.
I'm a big RPG JRPG player. That wouldn't be a problem for me.
Well, all right, that's our mini games for the week. Boys, thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful podcast that we do. Even though we don't always have the most consistent times because scheduling and how that works with life. But I genuinely enjoy doing this, and I think it's a great fun just hanging out with the boys talking about games. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, what's your favorite stealth game? I haven't done one of these call to actions in a while. What's your favorite stealth game? What do you think is you're the most underrated game developer? And I mean, is Quake better than Doom? I couldn't think of a better one for Connor's game. Anyway, check out all of our links in the description, and we'll see you in the next time. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye.
Bye.
God, Wolfenstein's good.